Let's just jump right into this explainer. Right at this very second, artificial intelligence is out there writing complex software code. It's generating award-winning art from simple text prompts, and it's even casually passing medical board exams. It completely forces us to look at one of the biggest, most critical questions of the 21st century. We're constantly hearing about this incredibly rapid technological advancement, but as these systems grow infinitely more capable, we really have to deeply examine our evolving relationship with them. Are we heading toward a reality where machines just take over absolutely everything, or is something much more profound happening right under our noses? Today, we are going to break down the evidence, cut through the noise, and figure out what the future actually looks like.
It's literally the question on everyone's mind. Now, what makes this so fascinating is that the answer is likely very, very different from the simple human versus machine sci-fi battle that most people expect. Look, we're not talking about Terminators kicking down the door to take over the world. We've been heavily conditioned by movies and sensational headlines to view this entire era as a zero-sum game, right? Just a fight for sheer dominance. But as we dive into the data, you'll see the reality isn't about competition at all. It's about a fundamental shift in how work, creativity, and daily decision-making are actually going to happen.
To really understand where we're going, we have to take a quick look back at history. There's this vital progression we need to recognize. For thousands of years, humans basically built tools to extend our physical strength. Think about the steam engine, multiplying our muscle power, which directly birthed the Industrial Revolution and built the modern world as we know it. Then, we built early computers to multiply our calculation speed, which literally put humans on the moon. After that, we built the internet to multiply our access to knowledge, instantly connecting the entire globe. Today, we're crossing a completely new threshold. We are building tools that extend intelligence itself. We aren't just mechanizing physical labor anymore, we are fully mechanizing cognitive tasks.
Section 1. What AI does better. The era of scale and speed.
So let's see exactly where computers are outperforming humans today, because understanding AI's specific strengths is absolutely key to predicting its real-world impact. When we're talking about narrow, highly specific tasks, artificial intelligence is honestly unmatched. Whether it's finding hidden efficiencies in massive global supply chains, generating high-fidelity architectural renderings from a single descriptive sentence, or churning through complex scientific computations for drug discovery, human brains simply cannot compete with the speed and scale of machines. To put it into perspective, an AI can review 1 million complex medical scans to find a single microscopic anomaly faster than a human doctor can even double-click to open the first file. It's just a completely different paradigm of processing power.
And this insane speed and scale, it's exactly why global investment is just skyrocketing right now. Recent data compiled from the Stanford AI Index and the World Economic Forum shows a dramatic, rapid shift in the corporate landscape. Businesses aren't just testing the waters anymore. The phases of piloting AI, moving to full implementation, and actively scaling these systems across entire organizations are expanding massively. Meanwhile, the fraction of companies choosing not to adopt is shrinking incredibly fast. They are integrating these capabilities because AI's sheer optimization power drives unparalleled scale that no human workforce could ever manually match.
But hold on a second, because surprisingly, humans still outperform AI in several really critical ways. It is incredibly easy to look at an algorithm writing a brilliant piece of software or diagnosing diseases and assume the game is basically over. But raw computational intelligence, that's really just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
Section 2. The human advantage, the uniquely human edge. Let's explore the antithesis to machine intelligence. Let's look at exactly what we bring to the table and why those traits are about to become more valuable than ever before. When we put these two forces head-to-head, the contrast is kind of wild. On one side, AI wins decisively on data scale, pure calculation speed, and logistical optimization. But on the other side, humanity possesses common sense, emotional intelligence, and complex leadership abilities. Current AI systems, no matter how incredibly advanced they might seem, do not truly understand the world. They are fundamentally just predicting the next logical word or pixel. They don't possess internal ethics, they don't have true empathy, and they completely lack the nuanced, long-term judgment required to navigate the incredibly messy reality of human social dynamics. The biggest shift in our future economy probably won't even be purely technological, but rather how heavily we're going to need to rely on these uniquely human traits. As routine cognitive tasks are just handled by algorithms in the background, human workers will need to lean heavily into exactly what makes us different. Think about it for a second. An AI might be able to perfectly diagnose a super rare disease from a blood panel, But it takes a human doctor's genuine empathy and social understanding to sit down with a terrified patient, break that news gently, and actually help them navigate a complex treatment plan. Deep social intuition, ethical leadership in business, and the fluid adaptability to handle entirely unprecedented situations. These are the skills that are going to command an absolute premium.
So naturally, this brings us to a massive curiosity loop. If AI has unmatched speed and data scale, and humans have unmatched common sense, empathy, and adaptability, what exactly does the synthesis of those two look like? Section 3. The future of work, the collaboration economy.
Let's dive into what this synthesis actually means for jobs, productivity, and our day-to-day lives. Projections from places like McKinsey and the OECD are showing a massive, massive disparity in future output. When you dive into the productivity forecast, comparing people working completely alone versus humans collaborating with AI teams across major industries, the collaborative approach triggers just an explosive spike in overall productivity. The real competition in the future economy is absolutely not AI versus humans. It's humans using AI versus humans who don't. An architect assisted by an AI that instantly calculates structural loads, or a programmer using an AI to spot bugs in thousands of lines of code in seconds, operates at a level neither the human nor the machine could ever achieve on their own. Now, I'm not saying this transition is going to be perfectly seamless. We're entering a 3-step cycle of significant technological disruption. Step 1 is the immediate disruption of old, highly automatable tasks. Step 2 forces widespread upskilling as workers literally have to learn how to operate alongside these new digital tools. And Step 3 is the ultimate payoff, the creation of entirely new careers and industries. Just like the invention of the internet definitely destroyed certain legacy jobs, but ultimately created millions of unforeseen roles in web development, e-commerce, and digital marketing, AI is undoubtedly going to give birth to vibrant, incredible careers we currently lack the imagination to even name.
But as we navigate all this, there's one massive misconception that completely derails the debate. We way too often confuse the AI we use today, the helpful algorithms that draft our emails or generate meeting summaries, with the highly speculative, fully autonomous systems of tomorrow. Section 4. The race toward AGI, tomorrow's intelligence.
Let's clarify exactly where the frontier of AI research is actually heading and what the ultimate goal of these massive tech investments really is. The crucial point here is distinguishing today's narrow AI from artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Today's AI is incredibly smart at very specific things. It might be an absolute grandmaster at chess, but it doesn't even know what a game board is or how to make a cup of coffee. AGI, on the other hand, is a hypothetical future system that equals or exceeds human intelligence across a wide, general range of cognitive tasks. Essentially, it would be able to learn and apply knowledge exactly like a human can. It's incredibly important to note that expert economists, cognitive scientists, and AI researchers have vastly differing opinions on the actual feasibility and timeline for AGI. For now, it firmly remains a theoretical frontier. But as the race to build these advanced systems speeds up, we are facing some very real evidence-based risks today. Issues like inherent algorithmic biases, the rapid proliferation of deepfakes, and escalating cybersecurity threats are pressing daily concerns. Take AI hallucinations, for example. We've already seen highly publicized cases where an AI hallucinated entirely fake legal precedents, and actual practicing lawyers submitted them to a judge thinking they were real case law. This isn't some distant science fiction. These are urgent societal challenges that require serious policy discussions, robust AI alignment protocols, and very thoughtful regulation to ensure these powerful systems are developed safely. Which brings us to the ultimate synthesis of our explainer today. When we step back from the intense hype and the periodic panic that hits the news cycle, a much broader, much more optimistic historical pattern emerges.
Section 5. Who ultimately wins? The co-evolution.
Let's finally answer the question we asked at the very beginning of this journey. Who really wins? Humans or machines? Well, when we map out really complex fields like scientific discovery, healthcare, and engineering, a clear, undeniable truth emerges from the data. The AI co-pilot model achieves the absolute highest level of breakthroughs across the board. An AI working entirely alone might struggle with practical physical constraints in an engineering build, and a human working alone simply lacks the rapid simulation data to test 1,000 structural variants in a single hour. But together they iterate flawlessly. The true winners of this era are absolutely those who actively embrace this co-evolution. There is a quote that really hits the nail on the head for everything we've mapped out today.
The future isn't a contest between humans and artificial intelligence. It's a race to discover what becomes possible when both evolve together. Adaptation and human-AI teamwork will fundamentally redefine what humanity is capable of achieving. It's about letting machines do exactly what they do best: process massive amounts of data, optimize logistics, and scale infinitely, so that humans are finally freed up to do what we do best: dream, lead, empathize, and innovate.
I really hope this explainer leaves you feeling excited rather than fearful to embrace our profound coevolution with intelligence. We are literally living through one of the most significant technological shifts in all of human history. The tools are already here and they are just waiting to be directed. So the only question left for you is, how will you use these tools to build your own future?
Thanks for watching World Decoded. Make sure to like and share, subscribe, and stay curious.